Alright, this is my episode review of RE0, episode 18, and man, this starts off with a bang, especially in the first half. The second half, I'll get to that, but I really want to talk about the first half. This episode is pretty simple. They're basically two different parts of the same coin. You get the first half right into it with the action of Puck versus all the cultists, and she takes all of them out except for Betelgeuse. You know, he's a little stronger than the rest of them. He's able to do that shadow hand thing. And she kills him off like nothing. And he's like, oh, how foolish. And he tries to kill Puck with all those hands. And it covers her, and it looks like it's about to like kill her in her little form. But all of a sudden, she goes all huge and breaks out of it. And like she looks like the design is so awesome. But the thing is, it's like it's kept in the dark, you know? Like you see some parts of like, she looks like a ginormous like tiger or lion dog of some sort. And it looks fucking awesome. But it's like it's kept in the dark a lot. And I'm like, whoa, that is just sick. Well, we saw her design a couple episodes back, but I'm thinking to myself, how were people handling this when they were watching this like live? You know, when they had to wait episode by episode. When like in the episode when she had killed Subaru in her giant form, and then the next episode she doesn't show up, and then there was this episode that she comes again. I'm like, man, I wonder like if you guys were like going crazy, because I watched it like 30 minutes later, and I'm like, damn, that is so badass. And then we get more foreshadowing, great progression with the story and about how big this world could be. She says, oh, how foolish. If you're going to try and kill me, at least show half the hands that Satella showed. So basically, it was revealed that she has fought Satella in the past, and she's been alive for a long time. We knew she was been she's a spirit, you know. We knew she had some kind of power. But she's been around the block, man. I'm like really interested on the past battles that she had with Satella and the witch, and like how powerful is the witch? How powerful is Puck compared to the witch? Like she makes it sound like she probably beat Satella. I think maybe they had ties. But man, the build up and the plot progression with this show is just amazing. I really love it. And then she takes out the confrontation between her and Betelgeuse are really interesting, you know. She tells Betelgeuse, oh, don't you dare lecture me, a spirit, about time. And then he mentions like, oh, you, just because you're alive, you've been alive forever, does not mean it trumps my loyalty, I guess, to the witch. I'm disgusted by by you spirits who live long forever and then just live idly, you know, with no purpose in life, with no like ambition. He has a huge ambition. I find that really interesting. I really like Betelgeuse's character, but unfortunately, like in the next 10 seconds, he gets run over by Puck like nothing. She destroys him. So I'm wondering like how powerful is Betelgeuse compared to other characters that are like really important to the show. Like, was he a powerhouse? Because now I thought he was a powerhouse a couple of episodes back when he took out Rem like nothing, when he twisted her body. But now we know, we're getting our powerhouses now in this show, and Puck is revealed to be one of them. She's strong. You don't want to mess with her. And then she has a conversation with Subaru and tells her, oh, you disobeyed Amelia, you did this and that, how could you betray her, da-da-da. And then she tells him, now I must destroy the world. And I'm like, what? And Subaru's like, why? And apparently Amelia was her world. She's the only reason why she must live, but why does she have to destroy her world? What is her purpose on this world? And then just in these next 2 minutes, we get these scenes that just can open your eyes to so many theories on what could be. Like when Subaru's about to die, he starts to hear this maniacal laughter. Like sounds like Joker-like. And Subaru is like, he says, oh, I've heard this laughter before. It's one that I've hated for so long. Oh wait, it's me laughing. I'm like, what the heck, man? It's just so many theories you can get from these episodes just with little parts that they say. And then the next part, Puck mentions, oh, there's some evil presence that's coming around. Oh man, it's another dangerous one. Gluttony. Oh, I guess they call him the white whale now. I'm like, another sin. We got another sin. Gluttony. He's a white whale. And I've known that, you know, since the past couple episodes, but I was trying to save it for this review. So that opens up to so many possibilities. We met another sin. And we find, and then with Subaru laughing, like I'm having these like new theories in my mind, especially as the show goes on. So that's the first half. You can start you could try and put these puzzles together little by little, and you come up with so many things in your mind. You're like, what way is the show gonna go? The pacing, the music is amazing, and the voice acting. Subaru just like, it was just like, what the hell? Like, just from that first half, there's so much that happened. I think like in 8 minutes or 4 minutes. The pacing is really quick and strong. It's good. It gets to the point. And then the next half, it's basically Subaru shows again a very human way of thinking, where he just wants to run away. Puck kills him again, and he wakes up next to that part, and he's got these like bags, man. The animation, the design, the details, man. He's got bags. Like, I was like, man, this guy's tired. And he grabs Rem. He wants to run away. She's alive again, and he tells her, "Oh, run away from me." And the next half of this episode is basically Subaru down himself, saying he's shit, he's this and that. He all of this stuff that he's been doing for the past for good, it was all because he was doing it for himself. He's worried about how people feel about him. And then we get Rem confessing her love to him, telling him like, "Oh, you may hate you, but I love you." She tells him all these good things. And here's one part of the dialogue that I was really interested in, and I was like wondering why he said it. He goes, "Oh, but I'm not a good person. I'm just running away like last time." Like last time? When did he run away before? That's past Subaru, or past whatever his form was before, his past sin. It's obvious to me that he has ran away before, and he is getting bits and pieces of memory, but he's not revealing it. I think they're like hiding him. I think the story is hiding him learning his memory. I think like he little bits and pieces. He's every time he gets his memory, the longer he's in here. But the fact that he said, "Oh, I'll just run away like last time," makes you think like he's remembering his past little by little, or whatever he had in this country or in this world. And then he talks about, "Oh, before I came to this world, I was nothing," and it shows his other life in the other dimension where he's like, it's normal, you know, his world, comic book world. He's in the comic book, but it only shows him in the comic book. It doesn't reveal any other parts of his life other than him being in the comic book store. So I'm thinking maybe there was like a dimension he created where he can just escape and stay out of this world, or maybe he locked up his memories or somehow. But I'm also thinking like, since we heard an evil laughter in the first half, is his power or type of sin pride? Is pride his own entity? Is pride a different person inside of Subaru? You know what I mean? Like freaking Jinchuriki shit, you know? Like, is it like a monster inside of him? Is it the hands that is around Subaru? Is it his own mind? You know what I mean? Because the laughter sounds like a different person. And Subaru did say that he hates that laughter, and he's like, "Oh, but it's me laughing." Is it a different person? Did something happen where he sealed himself, or he cut that half off and ran away somehow? Or I'm not sure. There's just so many questions, so many things you can add, so many things you can come up with. Oh, here's one thing I want to talk about. You know, I've been trying like hard, you know, to like make this review, separate reviews for each episode. It's kind of hard to do, man. I don't think I ever want to do this again. With Gluttony, the whale Gluttony, that's his own. He's a sin in himself, and he is powerful. And it seems to me like, I wonder how he matches up with Puck, though. You know, how strong are the sins? Let's see. What are the other sins? Okay, lust, wrath. Sloth was, I don't think Betelgeuse was a sin. He kept saying he was slothful, but I don't think he was sin the sloth because he didn't seem that strong. I don't know. I'm assuming these sins are powerhouses, and I think Subaru has yet to discover his power, or I don't know how they're going to do that part, but there's lust, wrath, pride, elegance. I forget. I'm gonna have to look it up again. I forgot, but I'm really interested how many times we're gonna see each of these sins. And with lust, with the whale, I was wondering in the past couple episodes. Now that we know not lust. I'm sorry, gluttony. Now that we know he's a sin in himself, I was thinking like, I kept thinking to myself, what was his goal in attacking Subaru or separating Subaru? Because he didn't do anything to Subaru. You know, he got him off the carriage. And then he looked him in the eye, and then he just walked away. He left him alone. And so here's what I'm thinking. Does Subaru get some form of his memory back, or some kind of power? Because remember, he wasn't able to see those arms that Belchulus was using. And it wasn't until after he ran into Gluttony that he was able to see those arms. So does he get some form of his memory back or some kind of power back every time he runs into a sin? Or some form of power that is created from the witch? There's always some form of power that he runs into the witch, and he starts to act like he knows these people deep down inside. But what if that's what Gluttony's goal was? The whale. What if his goal was just to look Subaru in his eye and see if he can get him to like remember something or get some form of his power back? Because I do believe Subaru has gained some form of his memory before, especially when he said, "Oh, I'm just trying to run away," like last time. Right? That's my theory. That's what I think. That's what I think the whale's goal is. I mean, do you guys think the whale is actually? Do you think the whale actually killed Rem in the previous episode? That's what I'm wondering too. And since his name is Gluttony, if whatever he does, either he kills them or he kidnaps people. Since he's gluttonous and he wants all of you when he kills you, that means everything about that person disappears, no longer exists. Even their memories, or just like not even their objects that they left behind or your possessions, that's taken away. That's pretty powerful, man. These sins, I can't wait to see the rest of the sins, meet the rest of them. We got like, I think 7 more episodes, I believe. Man, it's gonna be so much hype. I can't wait. This series has just been really awesome. It's really fun for me. Can't wait to do a review for episode 19. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Okay, enough review. Rant time. Fuck you, Super. How could you reject Rem? Aw, man. Did he reject, he rejected her. She spills her guts out to him, and he even tells her he wants her to run away. She even tells him she wants to have kids with him, half demon, half human. And at the end of that, she says such, the most beautiful things that you want every other guy to hear when you care for some girl that you you really care for. Like, say you care for a girl. That's the things you want a girl to say to a guy when you're in a serious relationship. And I was like, oh my god. And then at the end he says, oh, I love Amelia. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh, I ship Rem and Subaru so bad. But it seems to me, since he loves Amelia, I think that might have something to do with his past and the witch and whatever happened before. Because we know Amelia has some sort of ties to the witch, some shape or form. They want her for some reason. And Subaru obviously has a past with her. I wonder if it's because of his previous life that he's in love with the witch, so he loves Amelia automatically. That's what I think. For this episode, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars. But I think, I felt like even though it was a really nice confession and really I kind of felt like it dragged on a little with the whole Subaru, explaining his feelings and then Rem explaining her feelings. It was nice, but it took pretty much half the episode. The first half, I think I enjoyed a lot more. 4 out of 5 stars for me. Fantard out.